Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pwny Montana, and in this video, we're going to be going over the top 3 teams in NFL Madden 25 if you guys want that competitive edge on your opponents. Now, the teams that I'm going to be talking about today are obviously going to be like ability based, but these are going to be the best teams that you guys can utilize in Madden if you guys want to win more games. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, hit that noti bell so you guys never miss an upload. And if you guys got nothing to say, comment FTA. And if you guys want to let me know what your favorite team is, leave it down in the comment section below. Like Madden-wise, whether it be NFL-wise, Madden-wise, let me know down in the comment section what team you root for or what team you're playing with currently in Madden. So let me move my beautiful face off of the screen completely so we can go over the best team. And it is not the Colts. Colts just happens to be my favorite team, but the best teams in this game. And I'm going to be going over the exact reasons as to why these are the best teams. Now, I'm going to start off with possibly the best team. These are in no specific order. They all have their strengths. They all have their weaknesses. But I am going to start off with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, of course, it's Madden, which is a very, very heavily animation-based game, ability-based game. So obviously, the teams that have the most abilities are going to win in this situation. And the Eagles are not short of abilities at all. And we're going to start off with Jalen Hurts being one of the main catalysts of that, 89 speed quarterback. And he has one of the best abilities in the game. So if you click L3 while looking at the depth chart menu, you guys get to see the kind of abilities that the player has on him. And he is not only a run and gun superstar X Factor, but he also has the ability jukebox. I wouldn't advise on you guys using that. He's a quarterback, which means he will fumble. Gunslinger, fast break, and anchored extender. Gunslinger is the main reason why a lot of people are actually utilizing the Eagles, because Gunslinger is kind of like the second-hand pass lead elite. It's a second-hand velocity ability in this game, which makes it so that your passes are faster. Jalen Hurts is a stud in this game, and he can make any throw just like any other quarterback in the game. Now, Jalen Hurts is not the only reason why the Eagles are one of the top 3 teams. We've got Saquon Barkley. For those of you guys who don't know, Saquon Barkley has jukebox, and a lot of people think that you can't spin unless you have the ability evasive, but Saquon Barkley also has a very good spin move. I believe it's, give me one second, 89. When you're playing on all Madden, he's able to hit the nastiest spin moves on top of hitting the nastiest juke moves with a high carry rating, which means that you won't always have to be on conservative while rocking with a Saquon Barkley. Now, let's head over to the wide receivers. And this is one of the best reasons why this team is a top 3 team. We've got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And one ability that both of them have is run off elite. Players with this ability will distract defenders for longer with their runoffs, meaning that you guys are going to be able to pass with this team and you guys are going to be able to run crazy with this team. This team is absolutely godlike on offense, and it's godlike on defense. And then to top it off, they have Dallas Goedert, who's also a very good tight end, 86 speed, very solid at the tight end position. And if you don't want the 86 speed and you want a 99 speed person, well, excuse me, not 99, but 88 speed, sub this gentleman in. If you're just putting him on a streak or a drag, you have that extra speed to go absolutely crazy with the team. Now, defensively, again, this is where the game gets a little spooky. Not many people have a crazy defense, so obviously you want to be able to score. But this team has Brandon Graham, who's a phenomenal lineman. Do not look at the stats. The stats don't do this man justice when it comes to this game. And then you go down to Josh Sweat, 85 speed lineman. Then you've got Jalen Carter, which he also has 2 abilities, reach elite and unpredictable, which means because of his high strength rating, he will get pushed into the offensive line and will be able to get those coverage sacks for you guys. Now, diving into the linebackers, we got Nakobe Deon, which is a very, very solid user, 87 speed. And then you got Devin White, 88 speed. 2 very, very fast linebackers. Now, this is where the team is the best in the game, is they have the absolute best speed. Excuse me, I have something stuck in my throat. Goddamn. They have the absolute best speed at cornerback, hands down, compared to every single team, on top of having Darius Slay Jr., which has the abilities that are going to be able to clamp down pretty much most people. He's got inside shade, deep route KO, acrobat, and shutdown for an X factor, making this team one of the absolute best. This is hands down. If not, this might be number one, but a lot of people are rocking with the other teams, and we'll go over the exact reasons as to why. And then you got CJ Gardner-Johnson, another somewhat of a superstar for this team. 90 speed, amazing. Again, and then we go to the strong safety where we got Sidney Brown, 90 speed as well. So you got nothing but speed for your DBs. You have studs on the D line, and then you have a non-stop god tier offense that's just going to help you guys out tremendously. Now, I'm going to go over the number 2 team in this list, and it's going to be the New York Jets. Now, we're going to start off with the quarterback. As always, it's the most important position on the field. And obviously, we have Aaron Rodgers. Not only does Aaron Rodgers have the absolute best throwing animation in the game, but he also has the best abilities paired up with that. So he has Gunslinger, Pass Lead Elite, and the best throwing animation in the game. You pretty much can't sack this guy unless you're just not looking at your reads. You can send 5 out every single time because he's fast enough to get the ball out every single time with Gunslinger, and then he has Pass Lead Elite to pair onto it. And then if you're scrambling out in the pocket, because Aaron Rodgers has that sneaky speed in this year's game, you're able to sit there and throw perfect passes outside of the pocket as well. Aaron Rodgers, 79 speed, 83 overall, absolute stud. Now, this isn't even the best part about this team. This man here. If you guys played college football, you guys played with Judkins. Well, introduce Brees Judkins. This is the brand new Judkins in this year's game. Evasive backfield master, which allows Aaron Rodgers to put him on whatever route that he would like to, a Texas angle, a flat pattern, whatever the case is, a wheel route. He has backfield master, and he has the best running back ability in the game, evasive, which allows him to go on conservative and still spin you out of your shoes and your entire team. It's absolutely insane. And that's why this is one of the best teams, because you have this person on it. Now, the wide receivers aren't the greatest. They don't really have abilities. But again, when you have Breece Hall running like he does in this game, and with the combination of Aaron Rodgers, this team is absolutely amazing. And then you end up going down to the defense. The defense is where this team goes crazy. And we're going to start off with Hassan Reddick, which has strip specialist, edge threat, and no outsiders. That edge threat ability actually lights up a pretty good amount of the times in this game as well, which allows you to get nice coverage sacks if you're not trying to send a blitz nonstop. He definitely helps out with the defense. And then you have this god tier player right here, Quinnen Williams, El Toro, and he's got unpredictable. Pair the two together and you end up getting insta wins in this game, which are absolutely dynamite. It's insane. And then for the linebacker core, they have CJ Mosley. He plays sort of like a Luke Kuechly you used to play in years previous, where he just does a very good job at like containing certain areas. He does a phenomenal job on defense for a lot of people. And then you got Quincy Williams. Do not confuse him with Quinnen Williams, 88 speed linebacker. You can't teach speed on this team. And then not finally, but again, the cornerback core, as you guys can see, a lot of people pretty much are just putting the fastest people that they possibly can in these positions. So if you are rocking the Jets, this is pretty much how your team's gonna look. So you're gonna have the speedsters pretty much at your number 1 and your number 2, and then everything else pretty much goes the way that it is. But Sauce Gardner, god tier. He is probably right behind Jalen Ramsey in terms of a lockdown cornerback that literally you could just man him up on any one of these players and they will do damage. They will clamp up an entire side of the field if they are on that solo side. He's got acrobat, inside shade, and shutdown, and deep out zone KO if you guys want to put him in an outside quarter or in a deep half. Up to you, obviously. Now, if you want to pair this man with somebody else, that's pretty much it. You got Chuck Clark and you've got M. Carter. You got Michael Carter with 93 speed. I put him in the cornerback position in the free safety position just to make it so that I have a 93 speed person on the team. I thought that they had it's the Dolphins that have the deep out zone KO with Poyer and Jalen Ramsey. That combination is very, very nice, but they do not make the list of the top 3 teams. And the number 1 team in this game, yes, you guessed it. If you're still here for this video wondering why this team is so good, yeah, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are unstoppable on offense. So let's start off with the best quarterback in the game. Patrick Mahomes. He is speedy. He has the arm better than anybody else in the game. He's got bazooka. So if you end up getting 30-yard passes in the air, he will end up being able to throw the ball 80 yards down the field. He's got hot route master, dashing deadeye, red zone deadeye, no look deadeye, and pass lead elite, which is the absolute best ability in the game. The only thing that he's missing is gunslinger, and then he'd be literally the greatest quarterback maybe to ever grace a Madden game. It gets worse for this team. He has hot route master, which means that it doesn't matter who he has on his offensive as his receiving core. He will be able to put them on whatever route that he wants to, on top of them having the speed that they do. But let's go ahead and check out Isaiah Pacheco, 93 speed, and he has jukebox and balance beam. Very, very speedy running back, can catch any pass, and he's able to juke anybody out of their shoes. And this is where it gets spooky. The three wide receivers. This is the trio of death right here. Xavier Worthy, 98 speed. He's pretty much Tyreek Hill. You got Marquise Brown, 95, and Mecole Hardman, 95. So you got the three fastest kind of receivers in the game. I think the only tandem that changes that is the Dolphins with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and I believe they have OBJ, who's got 91 speed, but still, you've got 95, 98, and 95. You can't teach speed in this game. And then if that doesn't make anything worse, you got Travis Kelce, the best tight end to ever grace the virtual gridiron. We've got double me, leapfrog, deep out elite, and third down elite, which means that he's catching pretty much anything up to 25 yards. So if you're at a 3rd and 10, this should be your safety blanket. Put him on an in route, put him on a curl route, and he's gonna make every play on the field. This team is stacked on offense. Now, the defense isn't really that much to pretty much boast about, but they do have speedy linebackers, which is really, really good, obviously, for this game. As you can see, we got Nick Bolton, we got Leo Chanel, we got the God, Chris Jones, to add to the D-line, and this does help with the defense, but there's only one downside to this team, and I'll explain that in a minute. We've got momentum shift, El Toro, goal line stuff, and under pressure. So if Chris Jones is getting in, if you getting BBC all up in your backfield, this guy is going to end up making the quarterback throw very, very bad passes a lot of the time because of that under pressure ability. So not only that, but he's 97 overall, and he's got decent speed to chase down a quarterback. Now, the only problem with this team are the DBs. You don't have fast enough DBs for a team like the Dolphins if you end up playing them. As you can see right now, these three guys, I put this guy in because he's 94 speed, but he's a 69 overall. If you have the normal roster, as you can see, 89, 89, 89, and that's not fast enough to keep up with a lot of these teams. Same thing with the safeties. 90 speed safety, you can't really sub another one in just so you can have a solid user. But again, the DBs are the only thing that's lacking on this team. Other than that, this team is God tier, and you guys would do a lot better if you're able to play with this team because they get open nonstop. So again, if you have solid defense, this would be the team. If you have any defense at all, this would be the team that I would suggest you guys to rock with, even if you aren't Chiefs fans. Now, obviously, we play with our favorite teams from time to time just to make it so that we have that kind of fandom going in us. But if you're looking to win games and play competitively, these are the top 3 teams that you guys should be using. Now, I do have 2 sleeper teams that I think are very, very good. And I'm going to start off. I'm not going to go into the deep dive like I just did with them, but just to let you guys know, the Dolphins, because of their wide receiver core and their offense is almost just as good as the Chiefs, but Tua is just not Mahomes. But you got Mostert, who has evasive as well, and then you've got Tyreek Hill, Waddle, and OBJ that they all get extremely open nonstop with an 89 speed Jonnu Smith at tight end. On offense, this team is amazing. And then on defense, you've got Jalen Ramsey, who's the best cornerback in the game aside from Sauce Gardner, who can clamp down any receiver in the game, even though he's only 92 speed. And then you got Javon Holland and you got Jordan Poyer with the mid-zone KO and deep out-zone KO abilities. So these guys absolutely go crazy. Now, the other sleeper team, some people might think that it's the Niners. It's not the Niners. It's actually the Ravens. The Ravens on defense are star-studded. They got Kyle Hamilton with mid-zone KO and flat-zone KO. You've got Marlon Humphrey, who can clamp down any receiver in the game. He actually has the better abilities to actually be in man coverage against a slot receiver. So, you know, anybody that's throwing those corner routes and things like that, Marlon Humphrey will clamp most of them up because he has the abilities that he has. And then you got the linebackers. Where's my boy Roquan Smith, 95 overall? He's a stud. Obviously, if anybody is trying to literally run into him, he will make that tackle instead of allowing people. Plus, he has mid-zone KO. Absolutely crazy. And then you get to the offense, and you got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. And that's how we're going to end the video. These are the top 3 teams with the two honorable mentions, of course, that you guys need to be using if you guys want to play in any competitive setting when it comes to Madden. Whether you guys want to win money on Madden, whether you guys want to play in any of the MCS tournaments, these are the teams that you guys need to be using if you guys want that competitive advantage. My name is Pwny Montana. Hopefully, guys appreciate this video. I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.